Please stand or remain standing for the singing of the national anthem, performed today by Mrs. Heather Skidmore, alumna of the class of 2012.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Heather. Please be seated and then enjoy a solo cello performance by local child musical prodigy, Miss Elsie Chayka.
I have always heard that it is bad form to follow star children. Somebody take her out. I am here to represent the Board of Governors of West Virginia University of Parkersburg. We bring you greetings and congratulations on your achievement. This is a truly landmark moment for all graduates, parents, loved ones, spouses, friends, and family. It is exciting as a new path is open for you. You will walk across the platform to get your certificate or diploma. You may be a little shaky. Your hands may be a bit sweaty. I know, because I'm a little shaky and I'm a little sweaty up here right now. This is a moment of tremendous accomplishment for you. Enjoy this moment in the sun. Think about everyone who's led you on this journey. Take a moment to say thank you to them. And from this day forward, pay it forward. Give back to your family, your community, and your country. Offer more than was given to you. Make this a better place because you have walked through it. It has been said it takes a village. Never in my life did I think that I would quote Hillary. But I just did because it's the truth. Graduates, you need to grow and build our world to new heights. You need to do it as a village with your fellow men and women, and do it better than we have. Leave it better because you walked through it. With that said, all the responsibility of the world on your shoulders, smile and have a good time doing it. Find something you love and stick with it. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is one hell of a teacher. The name of the game is persistence. Getting up when you've been knocked down, not once, but every time. I've run out of John Wayne quotes, at least appropriate ones, so I'll leave you with one from Calvin Coolidge. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. There's nothing more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. And now you go forward with your degrees, what you've learned here at West Virginia University of Parkersburg, and do your life as well as you can. And now I would like to introduce the President of the Student Government Association, Mr. Austin Grimmett.
Thank you, Chairman Winans. Excuse me. Hello and good morning, everyone. On behalf of our student body, it is my honor to welcome each of you to the West Virginia University at Parkersburg Fall 2018 Commencement Ceremony. Today, as the graduates walk across this stage, we bear witness to the culmination of all their hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance, and we celebrate the realization of a shared dream, the dream of a college education. Graduates, that dream has guided each of you since before you first arrived here on campus. From the very moment you decided to pursue a college education, all your academic efforts have been leading to this moment. There have been challenges and setbacks along the way. However, I'm continually inspired by your abilities to overcome those obstacles and keep pressing forward. The determination and commitment that you've displayed in reaching this achievement is remarkable. As you reflect on your time spent at this institution, I hope you remember you were never truly alone in your efforts. The staff ensured that you could learn in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. The faculty went to great lengths to provide you with the knowledge and tools that you needed, while spending countless hours tutoring and mentoring outside the classroom. And the administrators were continually innovating and finding new ways to improve your experience. The people at this institution were always trying to provide you with new opportunities. My hope is as you move forward in your careers and academic journeys, you will remember those who helped you along the way, and not just here at this college. I hope you remember the sacrifices and encouragement of your friends and family, and that you, in turn, support the next generation as the future leaders of our communities. This moment marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new. The challenges of the 21st century will be novel and complicated. However, you've been well equipped with the skills and abilities needed to solve those problems as they reveal themselves. In closing, I would like to thank you, graduates, for being a part of each other's and my own education here at this institution. We've challenged, supported, and encouraged each other, and I couldn't be more proud to be here celebrating your success today. As Nelson Mandela once said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Congratulations to the West Virginia University at Parkersburg graduating class of 2018, and it is now my pleasure to introduce our esteemed president, Dr. Christopher Gilmer. Thank you.
Good morning. Graduates and your families, members of the stage party, Chairman Winans, Board of Governors and their spouses, elected officials and other presidential guests, administration, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends of West Virginia University Parkersburg. This is a happy day for me. Just as this milestone represents a first college graduation for many of our graduates, it represents my first opportunity to preside over graduation as president of this great university. That is for me a humbling moment indeed. The vision of this university is to be the region's premier college, recognized for quality education, commitment to student empowerment, workforce collaboration, and community involvement. As I have come to know many of the candidates for graduation and the excellence they embody, and as we award credentials to 320 students this semester, I believe we are fully living into that vision. As further proof, a nationally prominent labor market analytics firm recently reported that WVU Parkersburg spent $13.8 million in annual payroll and benefits for 325 employees, and another $5 million on goods and services to carry out our operations in 2017. The analysis shows in that same year that operations and student spending of the university, together with the enhanced productivity of our alumni, generated $221.5 million in added income for our service area, equal to approximately 3.4% of the total gross regional product of our service area. By comparison, the impact from the college is larger than the entire transportation and warehousing industry in the region. The impact of $221.5 million is equivalent to supporting 3,105 jobs, and these are just the beginning of the headlines the economic impact of this college has on the communities it serves. My first happy duty today is to present an honorary degree to an esteemed leader on our campus and in our community. Mr. Curtis Miller, will you please join me at the podium? For his distinguished service on the Board of Governors of this university and as a leader in the Mid-Ohio Valley, and with the endorsement of our Board of Governors, I present to Mr. Miller the honorary degree, Bachelor of Arts, with all rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. Please help me to thank Mr. Miller for his service. As people of my advancing years are sometimes prone to do, I find myself looking back and wanting to share stories of the distant past. Not to worry, however, as I respect most of you have dinner plans elsewhere. I am remembering my own first college graduation from East Central Junior College in Decatur, Mississippi. I'm remembering the creases my late mother ironed into my pants that morning and the new tie my father bought for me and showed me how to tie. I'm remembering the pride in their smiles, the tears in my grandfather's eyes, which he could not fight back, as his grandson walked across the stage as the first college graduate in his family. For a man who quit school in the first grade, that day was an important milestone. I'm wondering today if the family members of the graduates in this room are having any of these same feelings. Doesn't matter whether your story is the same as mine. Pride is overflowing in this room today, as well it should be. Pride on the part of the graduates in the significance of your own accomplishments, but likely even greater pride on the part of those who love you and who sacrificed much for you to know a moment such as this. Somewhere in this room is a mother who babysat her grandchild so that her daughter or son could go to class. Somewhere in this room is a spouse who worked an extra shift to pay for textbooks. Somewhere in this room is a veteran who served this nation and came home to pursue his or her education or to watch his or her child do so. Somewhere in this room is a father who borrowed against his own present to help create a better future for his child, just as my grandfather sold a herd of cows to pay for my future. Graduates, hear me well. Forget anything else I say to you today, but keep these words written in your memory. None of us reaches this moment alone. None of us reaches this moment without a legion of people supporting us. Some known, many unknown, who began their sacrifices generations before we were even born. My Mama Sarah could quote the Bible as well as any preacher, and the verse she shared with me most often is this: to whom much is given, of that person is much required. Graduates, you have worked hard, and I am so very proud of your accomplishments. Keep in mind as you leave this place that you cannot always pay it backward, but as Chairman Winans said, you can always pay it forward. Lest you forget, here are words ringing in your memory. It will be your duty as newly minted college graduates to use that education and the well-deserved benefits it brings you for some purpose greater than yourself, for some mission, whatever that may be, and wherever it may take you, that is greater than us all. It is my almost indescribable pleasure today to introduce our commencement speaker, someone who lives into the challenge I just set before you every day of her life. I know this to be a fact because she was my student and I was her teacher when I was first a college professor. It is any good teacher's greatest hope that his or her students will go into the world armed with knowledge and use it to outstrip the accomplishments of their teacher. Shirlethia Franklin, Esquire, has certainly done that. An attorney of counsel at the Washington, D.C. office of the Jones Day Law Firm, one of the largest and most prestigious law firms in the world. Shirlethia focuses much of her practice on the firm's pro bono work in support of civil and human rights worldwide. Previously as counselor and White House liaison to the U.S. Attorney General in the Obama administration, she literally rose from rural Mississippi to walk with and to counsel a president of our nation. She's a graduate of the Howard University School of Law, where she served as editor-in-chief of the Howard Law Journal. Now she is a member of the Board of Trustees of Tougaloo College, her undergraduate alma mater, where I had the great privilege to meet her. Her simple yet eloquent motto is this: the greatest use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. Graduates and guests, it is my great and very proud honor to introduce to you Shirlethia Franklin, Esquire.
Good morning, West Virginia University at Parkersburg.
Good morning.
Oh, come on. Someone told me that this was a celebration today, so I think you can do better than that. Good morning.
Good morning.
There you go. I feel more like we're celebrating. Thank you so much, Dr. Gilmer, for that extremely kind introduction and just for your extraordinary leadership of this great university. And I personally want to thank you for all that you've done for me and for so many others all those years ago when I met you as a little country girl from Shaw, Mississippi at Tougaloo College. It is no exaggeration when I say that I would not be here today but for this man, your wonderful president, not simply because you invited me to speak, but mostly because your guidance, your support, and your advice helped pave the way for me, and it put me on the path that I never, ever could have dreamed for myself. So thank you. And I must admit to you all that when President Gilmer first asked me to speak today, I did my very best to convince him to allow me to find a speaker for you that was much more notable and much more accomplished than I. But you've all met this man, and you know that it is nearly impossible to say no to him. So graduates, fortunately or unfortunately, you are stuck with me today. It is truly a tremendous honor and privilege to be here with all of you today, and just to celebrate this moment with you, this special moment in time. I would like to recognize the WVU at Parkersburg Foundation Board and the Board of Governors, to the esteemed platform guests, the administration, faculty, staff, and the entire WVU at Parkersburg community of alumni, friends, family, supporters. And I also want to take just a special moment to especially thank the faculty members at WVU at Parkersburg. And in fact, all of the professors and the teachers who are here today. Let's give them a round of applause. These men and women give so much of themselves each and every day to ensure that their students have the opportunities and have the tools that they need to thrive. So faculty and professors and teachers all over, today, this accomplishment certainly belongs to you as well, so thank you again. I want to acknowledge the proud family and friends of our graduating class who are here with us today. And I know from personal experience that the paths that these graduates have taken is certainly not an easy one. It is a path paved with hard work. It is a path paved with tireless, long, and very long hours. And it is a path paved with tough sacrifices. And I know that your love, your support, your encouragement, your patience, and quite frankly, your hard-earned money have been a vital part in all of the accomplishments and the success that we are celebrating today with these graduates. So I want to personally thank you. I'm grateful for you, and I know that these graduates are grateful for everything that you've done. And graduates, in fact, if you would please take a moment and stand and join me in saluting your family and friends with the most rousing applause you've ever given in your whole life to thank them. And while you're standing, because finally and most importantly, I want to applaud you, the wonderful graduating class of 2018 at the West Virginia University at Parkersburg. Please give yourselves, first and foremost, an excited round of applause that you deserve for all the work you've done to get to this point. Congratulations to you. Now, I promise I won't have you stand in the entire ceremony, so you can please take your seats now. When you first arrived at WVUP, you brought with you a wide range of experiences and an incredible array of perspectives. And many of you arrived here as strangers, and today, after years of studying, thinking, reading, writing, and maybe even some fun and partying in there, you will leave here as friends, you will leave here as colleagues, and you will leave here as fellow graduates. You will enter a new world with a new identity that will call on you, that will call on your skills, your talents, your gifts, your intellect, and your judgment. A new world that will ask you, as Dr. Gilmer eloquently stated during his inauguration that I had the privilege of attending, a new world that will ask you to listen to both your heart and your mind. And when the scales simply won't balance, to give way to the music in your soul. And speaking of music, which I love, 30 years ago, in 1988, the late, great Whitney Houston recorded a song called One Moment in Time. How many of you have ever heard that song? Great. and I want to share some of the lyrics with you, not only because it is one of my favorite songs, and not only because it is one of your president's favorite songs, which I discovered in 2016 when I attended his very first convening of the National Institute, the think tank for historically underserved students. But I want to share One Moment in Time because the lyrics perfectly capture what today is all about. Now, I promise I won't sing it. I'll just save that for my shower. But Whitney Houston sings, "Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away and the answers are all up to me." You are an exceptional group. As a class, you've achieved 367 certificates, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees. Almost all of you attended school while working part-time or full-time. So attending lectures, writing papers, and grinding through hours upon hours of exams, even while you met your other responsibilities and fulfilled your other obligations. Many of you are the first in your family to go to college, which means that you have carried with you on this journey a very special weight of expectations, a special weight of hopes and dreams from your loved ones. And today, you've opened a door to a life that you, your family, and other members of your community might never have experienced before. So a special moment and a special responsibility, a special obligation. But guess what? Your dreams are truly just a heartbeat away. And when you walk off this stage after receiving your certificates and your degrees, you will be entering a landscape filled with incredible opportunities and choices. And as Whitney Houston noted, when you do and what you do with those opportunities will be all up to you. You've probably heard plenty of times that today's ceremony is called a commencement because it marks the beginning, not the end. I know you feel like this is the end and you're very excited for it to be the end, but it is the beginning. And the beginning of what exactly? In the coming days and weeks and months and years, you will make decisions about how you want to use this moment. What kind of future will you build? What kind of life will you live? And how you will do what this university motto tells you to embrace, the highest good. To embrace what keeps you on your path, that which keeps you growing, learning, and walking steadily towards your purpose, steadily towards your path. Will you continue your educational journey by enrolling in graduate or professional school? Will you advance in your current field or take on a new leadership role in a new field? Will you start a new business or will you help grow an existing business? Will you become a public servant? Will you use your experiences and your knowledge to represent your community and to improve the lives of the most vulnerable among us? Will you stay in West Virginia and make it a better place? Or even if you ultimately decide to leave, will you give way to the music in your soul and join John Denver's course, as Elsie beautifully played this morning, in asking the country roads to bring you back home, to the place where you belong, almost heaven, West Virginia? These are the kinds of choices that you will face, not just today, not just tomorrow, but for the rest of your lives. And so, while commencement is an important step for you, I want you to know that it is just one step. It is one step on a much, much longer journey for you. It is just one moment in this lifetime that you get to create. And I hope that you will see today that not only is it an accomplishment, and not only is it a beginning, but it is an opportunity and a challenge for you to be more than you thought you could be. And I say all of this as a person who knows something about that challenge. As Dr. Gilmer said in his very kind introduction, I've been fortunate to serve the public in a number of roles. And I became a lawyer to help lift up those who've been left out, left behind, and let down. I served in the government to speak for those whose voices are far too often unheard. My path has taken me to law school. My path has taken me to 2 prestigious law firms. My path has taken me to the United States Justice Department. And my path has taken me to the White House. But I can assure you that my journey was anything but inevitable. And my course was never preordained. You see, I was raised by a wonderful mom, a single mother of 3, in a household with far too many of us in it, led by my beloved late grandmother, who was the light of my life, and still to this day is my greatest inspiration. We lived in a tiny town, a very small town of just 2,000 people in the rural South, Mississippi Delta, though I must note that we got our first traffic light a few years ago. So we're basically New York now. But we lived in this town deep down in the Mississippi Delta, the birthplace of the blues, the home of the legendary B.B. King, the producer of the most delicious catfish in the world, yet still one of the most impoverished regions in this country. I'm a first-generation college graduate, like many of you. I was a lanky country girl in a little white house on Scott Street in Shaw, Mississippi, the small town with a big welcome. But I had dreams of something more. I had dreams of stepping beyond my limits and rising above my circumstances, dreams of being and dreams of becoming more than I thought I could be. Nothing came easily in Shaw, Mississippi. However, with hard work, with the support of my mother, my grandmother, my family, my friends, my community, and as Chairman Winans noted, it literally took an entire village to raise this child. I then earned a place at Tougaloo College, a small liberal arts college 100 miles away and world apart from the tiny town where I grew up. I found myself surrounded by a group of incredible students from across Mississippi and across the United States who all had different interests, different experiences, and different backgrounds, but who were just as eager as I was to jump in with both feet. And in many ways, those students brought out the best in me. It was at Tougaloo College where I met an extraordinary professor, your wonderful president, who saw in me a student who was hungry to learn. He saw a student determined to grow and a student resolved to use my life in the service of something that would outlast my time on this earth. And it was there that I eventually attended my own commencement ceremony. Next May will mark 15 years ago. feeling the same mix of excitement and uncertainty that you may be feeling at this very moment. And in fact, I still remember that feeling. That same mix of excitement and determination to be more than you think you can be. Though I didn't know for certain what that meant and how I would make being more that I could be actually happen. So when I sat in those similar seats at my college graduation, I thought I had an idea of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to use my degree. However, you couldn't have paid me enough money in the world to convince me that I would one day leave the little white house on 505 Scott Street in Shaw, Mississippi, and one day walk through the majestic halls of the big White House at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. The 21-year-old in me could not have predicted that I would one day sit in the Great Hall of the United States Department of Justice. In fact, I didn't even know the United States Department of Justice had a Great Hall. I could never have imagined on that day, nearly 15 years ago, the direction my life would have taken. After all, I was just what my grandmother would always call, I was just little old me. I was a child from a small town in the rural South. I was a child of poverty. I was a child of an absent father, a child with a lack of exposure to educational opportunities, a child whose society had ruled out simply because of where I was from, simply because of what I looked like, and simply because of what I did not have. I had doubts. I certainly had doubts about being good enough, or smart enough, or cultured enough to stand in the rooms that I would one day enter. And I was worried about the naysayers who would make uninformed judgments about my capabilities and my potential. But I refused to let circumstances beyond my control dictate my future and dictate what life had in store for me, or place limits on what life had in store for me. Again, I was determined to be more than I, and others for that matter, thought I could be. But I want you to know that while you may, and in fact, while you will face similar obstacles, similar fears, similar challenges, similar self-doubt, the challenges that brought you here today will undoubtedly benefit you for tomorrow. Each of you, in your own unique and special way, will make positive contributions to this society. And whether those contributions take you an hour and a half away to Charleston, whether they take you to New York City, Los Angeles, Paris, and beyond, you must always know and you must always believe that you are good enough. You are smart enough. You are cultured enough. You, in fact, are more than enough to stand in any room and stand amongst any dignitary. Even if people keep asking you over and over again to repeat yourself because they can't quite catch your accent, trust me, it happens. But I am here today as a living testament and walking proof that overcoming fear makes you fearless. A rocky path makes you confident. Callous hands make you strong. And being forced to push yourself gives you the certainty of who you are and what you're capable of doing. This lanky girl from the Mississippi Delta has had the amazing privilege and honor of speaking with the President of the United States in the Oval Office, of advising two United States Attorneys General on important issues of law and policy, and practicing along some of the greatest and most brilliant legal minds in this country. And as the only lawyer from my hometown in my generation, fortunately or unfortunately, everybody in the hometown has my cell phone number. Really, my mom hands it out every day.
I had it too.
But ultimately, I had the privilege of being more than I ever thought I could be. And I share these accomplishments to you not in any way, not in a boastful manner, but I share them to stress this one critical fact. If I can do these things, given my background, given my experiences, given my personal journey, given where I come from, then I know without a doubt that you too can accomplish your goals, and you too can far surpass anything that I've ever accomplished. Now, I won't stand here and pretend that the journey will be an easy one. None of those experiences in my life happened by accident, just like today did not happen by accident for any of you. Those experiences did not happen in a straight line either. Similar to many of your journeys, there were twists and turns and plenty of bumps and bruises along the way. There were also many sleepless nights when I questioned my choices and when I questioned my abilities to rise to the occasion and meet the task that had been set before me. And looking back, I know that each of those experiences happened because, like you, I was constantly striving to do more than was asked of me. I was constantly striving to do more than was expected of me. They happened because I had incredible mentors and colleagues and friends and teachers and family members who stood by me, who supported me, who taught me, encouraged me, and cheered me on, just like each of you has today. They happened because I understood the power of prayer. And trust me, it took a lot of prayer to get out of Shaw, Mississippi. And I understood the power of unwavering and unrelenting faith. They happened because I always made the choice to remain positive and to remain optimistic, despite the many obstacles and challenges that life would bring to me. And they happened because I recognized that each of those experiences, no matter how blessed I felt or how incredible the opportunity, I recognized that they were not going to be the high point of my life. They were not going to be the end of my journey. They instead were just moments in time, opportunities to learn, opportunities to grow, opportunities to reimagine a future of my own choosing, and to begin the hard work that would one day make the future a reality. So today you are honored to celebrate your hard work. But as honored as you are to celebrate your hard work, I want you to think about every single thing that has brought you to this point and that has made you who you are. I want you to remember the long days and the long nights, the victories and the defeats. And as you stand up in front of the people here who love you most, who care about you, who supported you, and who invested in you, and who see all of the great accomplishments that you can't even see for yourself, and all of the great skills and talents that you sometimes question in yourself, I want you to celebrate this important milestone, and I want you to commemorate your success. You've earned it. You deserve it. But I also want you to remember that this is not the end. Again, it's the commencement. It's the beginning. This is but one moment in time. One moment in time when you think that you're more than you can be. And one moment in time when all of your dreams are just a heartbeat away. And the answers are all up to you. This is an opportunity that you have before you today. A moment when time is standing still. A moment when the road is rising to meet you and the horizon is calling your name. It is a moment when anything is possible and when nothing is beyond your reach. But it is also a moment when you must make an affirmative decision to resist the urge to become complacent, to resist the urge to believe that this is the end. It is a moment when you must know and when you must accept the reality that growth will be very uncomfortable and very inconvenient at times, but it will also be necessary. It is a moment when you must refuse to give up, when you must refuse to give in, when you must refuse to give out. It is a moment when you must work harder and harder each and every day until you reach the goals and the dreams that you've set for yourself. And more importantly, it is a moment when you must believe and trust in yourself, when you must believe and trust in your gifts and your talents and your skills, where you must believe and trust in your own capabilities, a moment when you must believe and trust in the power that exists within you. And you can take it from this country girl from Shaw, Mississippi. The path you've traveled to get here gives you everything you already need to guide you on your way. Your character, your authenticity, your integrity, your individuality, the richness and the diverse backgrounds and the diverse perspectives that you bring, your innate talents and your innate gifts and abilities. All of these things will prepare you for what comes next. And remember, that rocky road will make you confident. Those callous hands will make you strong. And being forced to push yourself gives you the certainty of who you are, what you are, and what you're capable of doing, and more importantly, what you're capable of becoming. So I want to close today appropriately for a commencement at the beginning. You see, I started in the middle of Whitney Houston's song, but in her first line, Whitney sings, "Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown." There will be difficult times ahead. There will be hard work, tough battles, there will be heartbreak, disappointment, and sometimes even failure. But all of you, with your presence here, have demonstrated that you are more than up to the task. And I hope that you will give the best of yourselves to the world in which you're entering, including the perseverance, the determination, the strength, the heart, the commitment that brought you to this day. In your journey, you may be only one, but you're not alone. You will have an entire army of defenders, an entire army of advocates and supporters and mentors and friends who want to see you do your very best, who want to see you succeed. From the family members and friends here today who supported you, from the professors who have put you on this path and who will continue to guide you if you just call on them. From your fellow graduates, you're all surrounding each other and you all need to be here for each other. So your fellow graduates, allow them and depend on them to be by your side. You will be surrounded by a community that continues to invest in your success. And I can't tell you today what your future will bring. But what I can say, and what Oprah says is what I know for sure, is that as important as this day is, this is not the high point of your life. This is not the climax of your journey. You are about to embark upon an incredible adventure. And I can tell you, even as Whitney Houston did 30 years ago, that this is one moment in time. Your finest day is yet unknown. And I can assure you that the best is yet to come. Just you wait. Just you wait. Congratulations again, graduates, and thank you all for having me here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe my baby girl is all grown up. Chairman Winans and Shalithia, would you join me at the podium, please? With the endorsement of the faculty and the Board of Governors, we present you with the university's highest academic distinction, the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, honors, and privileges thereto appertaining. Thank you, Sharlethia, for your inspiring words today and for your great contributions, past and future, to our nation and to our world. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the Trillium Piano Trio, which is providing our music today, and they'll now share My Home Among the Hills, after which Vice President Crumbaker will present and recognize the graduating class. Chairman Winans, would you present the honorary degree?
Doctor?
Will the candidates for certificates and associate degrees please stand and come forward? Jillian Sue Ballingy, Associate of Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Mark Christian Barker, Associate of Applied Science, Drafting. Tammy Wynette Barnhouse, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Alethea Chantel Bateman, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Julia Lee Blair, Certificate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Faith Nicole Blosser, Associate of Arts, cum laude. Paul Anthony Bunner, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Vanessa Ann Chilcote, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Samantha Nicole Clark, Associate of Applied Science, Child Development, Certificate of Applied Science, Child Development, Certificate of Applied Science, Paraprofessional, Pre-K-12. Anne Louise Comer, a Certificate of Applied Science, Accounting Technician. Lakin Shawnee Cornell, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Stephanie Legene Cutlip, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Lexis Marie Deming, Certificate of Applied Science, Child Development, Certificate of Applied Science, Paraprofessional, Pre-K-12. Blake Anthony Eddy, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Hannah Elizabeth Faber, Associate of Arts. Christina Marie Freshour, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration, Certificate of Applied Science, Business Technology. Natakarn Shimrong Fries, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Jordan Andrew Gallion, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration, Certificate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Brittany Janice Hendershot, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Gina C. Hessen, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Andrew Michael Hoshar, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Tammy Marie Hutto, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Tiffany Ann Johnston, Associate of Applied Science, Drafting. Desiree Jeanette Kraft, Associate of Applied Science, Board of Governors, magna cum laude. Brandon Hugh Littler, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology, Certificate of Applied Science, Welding, cum laude. Parker Benjamin Lucas, Certificate of Applied Science, Electricity and Instrumentation. Tiffany Elizabeth Longwell, Associate of Applied Science, Business Technology, cum laude. William Christopher Mayhorn, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Michael Aaron Miller, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology, magna cum laude. Jason Michael Montgomery, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology. Paul Frederick Moorhead Jr., Certificate of Applied Science, Chemical and Polymer Operator Technology, cum laude. Kaylee Christina Neal, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing, cum laude. Mackenzie Rayanne Nestor, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Joseph M. Pavlich, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Brianne Lynn Pittman, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Stephen Victor Scholl, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Anna Elizabeth Shutt, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Marley Spencer Sexton, Associate of Applied Science, Board of Governors. Tina Renee Simons, Associate of Applied Science, Child Development. Corey Lee Smith, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration, Certificate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Alika Michael Stevens, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Jason Thomas Stevens, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Samantha Marie Sullivan, Associate of Applied Science, Board of Governors. Sarah Kathleen Sullivan, Associate of Applied Science, Nursing. Rebecca Lynn Thompson, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Emily Lynn Weigel, Associate of Science, Nursing. Savannah Lynn Wright, Associate of Applied Science, Criminal Justice, magna cum laude. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degrees please stand and come forward? Julie Elizabeth Manton, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Hannah Ruth Boyles, Bachelor of Applied Science, Child Development. Russell Ramus Bunner, Bachelor of Applied Science, Communication and Media Studies. Leah Caroline Carpenter, Bachelor of Applied Science, Communication and Media Studies. Kelsey Dawn Casto, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Laura Gail Shaika, Regents Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Heather Dawn Schutz, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Administration. Morgan Presley Cottrell, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Colin Dre Cummins, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Megan Marie Curry, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Timothy Allen Daniels, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Emily Nicole Derenberger, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Mary Renee Eddy, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, Associate of Arts. Robin Denise Frazier, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Christy Renee Hanlon, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, cum laude. Heather Michelle Hott, Regents Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Rachel Lynn Heiss, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Emily Jo Hoffman, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Hannah Grace Hoffman, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Melissa Don Hoosier, Bachelor of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Joshua Wayne Hughes, Bachelor of Applied Science, Communication and Media Studies. Amanda Jo Lamp, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Connor William Lancaster, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, Associate of Arts, cum laude. Stephanie Rebecca Lauder, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Emily K. Lilly, Bachelor of Applied Science, Child Development. Kayla Renee Lynch, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Renee Madison, Bachelor of Applied Science, Communication and Media Studies, Associate of Applied Science, Journalism. Danielle R. McCartney, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Administration, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Darlene Renee Means, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Zoe Lee Merrill, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, summa cum laude. Doreen Nicole Mitchell, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Mackenzie Elizabeth Nestor, Bachelor of Applied Science, Communication and Media Studies, magna cum laude. Cassie Marie O'Hara, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Emanuela Nandima Okanari, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Clay Anderson Pascal, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Kelta May Peck, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Tasha Dawn Powell, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Administration, Certificate of Applied Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Logan Nicole Rains, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, Associate of Arts. Jessica D. Clemente Rutherford, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, cum laude. Alicia Morgan Riddle, Bachelor of Applied Science, Criminal Justice. Amber D. Roberts, Regents Bachelor of Arts. Lacey Elizabeth Roberts, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Danielle Nicole Russell, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Rodney Lee Shaver, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Administration. Emily Renee Silvas, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Brandy Marie Skaggs, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Alexis Denise Smith, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, Associate of Arts, magna cum laude. Rebecca Lynn Snyder, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, cum laude. Daniel David Steele, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Amanda Nicole Stone, Regents Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Laura Michelle Stottlemyre, Regents Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jody A. Taylor, Bachelor of Applied Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Sabra M. Victory, Regents Bachelor of Arts, Certificate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Daniel Grant Wheeler, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Alexandra Danielle Weigel, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Dakota Lee Wilson, Regents Bachelor of Arts. President Gilmer, on behalf of the faculty and by the authority vested in me, I certify that these candidates have met all requirements for all degrees, and it is my pleasure to present them to you for your confirmation.
Thank you, Vice President Crumbaker. By the power vested in me by the West Virginia University at Parkersburg Board of Governors, the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission, the West Virginia Council for Community and Technical College Education, as President of WVU Parkersburg, I hereby confer upon you who have completed the requirements, the degrees or certificates for which you are candidates, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Graduates, please stand. You may now change your tassels. May I suggest that the dignity of this moment give way to one more heartfelt round of applause and maybe even a few hoots and hollers in recognition of our graduates. It's okay. A beautiful musical interlude is always appreciated. I would like to thank the Commencement Planning Committee, the WVU at Parkersburg Foundation, and the entire university community for the diligent work and support which made today possible, and crown florals for the beautiful flowers. Graduates, you are now alumni of West Virginia University Parkersburg. Wherever life takes you, you always have a home and family which you'll be eager for your return. Let this assembly all stand together. In this moment, it is especially beautiful. Let us sing America the Beautiful and remain standing for the recessional as our honored graduates, faculty, and staff exit. And please join us in the cafeteria for a reception marking this happy day.
Spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for patriotry that sees beyond